The following program contains violence, disturbing imagery, nudity, and, oh my God, why are you even watching this? Just run away. This shit is going to give you nightmares.
You get me so. You get me so. You get me so high. You get me so high. You get me so. I know you ain't a drug, but you get me so high. You get me so high. You get me so high. You get me so. I know you ain't a drug, but you get me so high. You get me so.
Recorded live at the Jerrad Show studios in Tampa, Florida. It's another episode of the Jerrad Show. And now, here's your host, Jerrad Suarez.
That's right. Back again for another one. Another episode of the Jerrad Show. It's Thursday, November 16th. There's only 2 episodes left before this show goes live. every night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I figured I was gonna, beginning of this podcast, I had absolutely nothing written down, but let's start this podcast by explaining what's gonna happen when the Jerrad Show goes live. I think I've dabbled in explaining what was going on and what my intentions are. But let's go ahead and just lay this out on the line. Recently, since I've done this show by myself every day, since I started doing this, I think we're about 2.5 weeks in. When I originally started doing this, I wanted to play a song in the beginning of every episode. Just when I started out, I'll play the little intro, the warning, this show may give you nightmares, and then I'd play a little song that I could find that was a good song that I liked, that I thought was pretty interesting sounding, fun to listen to. Like the song that I played tonight is by it's a remix of a song by a Doja Cat. It's called So High, and it was a San Holo remix, like, you know, Han Solo, but San Holo. I want to play those songs in the beginning just to give anybody who will be listening live a chance to accrue and get on, and once they see the notification, they can click onto it and hear that song in the beginning and say, oh, thank goodness the show hasn't started yet. I haven't missed anything, because you don't want to miss an episode of the Jerrad Show live. I'm telling you, it's going to be probably just the same exact thing as this podcast is here, because I don't cut anything out. I don't edit anything out. It's just, it records. I record it, and it goes right up onto Spreaker and the distributors for this podcast. If you listen to this podcast on iTunes, you may have noticed another podcast in there with the title of the podcast being The Inauguration. For some reason, the show that I created this past Saturday with Frank Moody, the JFK, it's uploaded under its own RSS feed, but for some reason it's tied in to the iTunes RSS feed. So the iTunes pulls that show into the Jerrad Show's RSS feed. So you would be seeing the JFK in there when we upload it. I don't know if we're going to do one this Saturday. It would be nice to get another one in, but I'm not going to hold Frank to it. I mean, if he wants to do one, awesome. That's what this show is for. If he wants to do a podcast and he wants to get out there, I'm here for him. We could do a podcast together. Last week, the inauguration, I was so sick, and I sneezed I blew my nose a couple times into some tissues, and coughed a bunch. There was a lot of coughing. I'm feeling a lot better. I still feel kind of a little congested in the upper nasally region, but I'm feeling a lot better. Like I said earlier, when I came down here and I sat down, I usually have a notebook, which I've started taking notes throughout the day of different stories that I want to talk about, different things that happen, different ideas I have of stories I want to tell or things I want to talk about on the show. Tonight, I sat down and noticed there's nothing on this page. I have absolutely nothing on this page. I did write down, as the theme song was playing, I did write down 3 things that I was thinking of while that beginning Doja Cat song was playing. I was like, oh, well, I got to have something just to keep me on track. So I wrote down, the first thing was live, which is, I wanted to talk about the show going live. And the second thing here is blank page. This is literally what I wrote down, was blank page, talking about how I sat down and there was nothing on this fucking page. But finally, I wrote down something that I thought would be interesting to do on this show, that I don't think that I might have done on the former incarnation of the Jerrad Show with Frank Moody and Scuzzbucket, I sat down and played all the songs from the first album that I ever recorded, the first CD I ever recorded. It was 5 songs, and I played all of them, and I talked about the different songs. They were pretty cringy because I was singing on top of them, and I really didn't understand vocals back then. I just thought that if I could sing, even if I was not putting a lot of energy in my voice, it would still be okay. And that's not how it is. You really have to put a lot of energy behind your vocals for them to sound any bit of acceptable, something that you would listen to. And it was very cringy for me. Frank obviously complimented me throughout the thing, and I thought that was nice of him. But what was crazy is that I believe that was one of the most listened to episodes of the podcast since I've started this back up. So I wanted to just, maybe pull up some old music that I had recorded before. It's obviously not as good as the Song About Nothing CD because that was professionally produced, and even though my talent wasn't supreme as it is now, it sounded a hell of a lot better than what I recorded on my own. These songs that I'm going to play for you tonight were, if you listen to last night's podcast, I talked about a little bit about moving in with my grandmother for a time after I broke up with a terrible girlfriend that I had lived with, and I moved out and moved in with my grandmother because I didn't want to move back in with my dad. When I was living with my grandmother, I did have a small little recorder that I could plug in a guitar to, and it had a microphone so I could play acoustic stuff. And there was a couple of songs that I recorded while I was living over there, and I don't know if you can tell by the type of music that it is or the sounds that have been recorded, but you can kind of hear my depression and sorrow of living not on my own anymore like I was, not having a girlfriend, and just being alone and having to go out and party with friends and stuff and rage and get angry at different things, maybe even be angry at the relationship that I was in, because that really bugged the shit out of me for a couple of years. But the first song that I'm gonna play is a song which is a take on Ronnie James Dio. Let's see if we have this in right. Yeah, I don't know how loud it's going to be, so sorry if I blow your eardrums out. A couple of these songs are very loud and very, crunchy guitars. I don't think that I downloaded anything that I sang on because I didn't really like singing very much back then. I was in my grandmother's house, and you can't really belt out songs with your grandmother down the hallway. I was living incarnation of the film Grandma's Boy. Literally. That was my life. But here's Man on the Silver, which is a take on Man on the Silver Mountain by Ronnie James Dio. I'll just go ahead and play it. I'll leave this mic open so I can talk over top of it. Now, if you have right and left audio set up, you can hear there's 2 guitars going on right there. And there's actually, I recorded 2 different guitars, one for the left channel, one for the right channel. Little lead for you. Then it stops on the right ear. It cuts in first on the first one, in on the left ear, out on the right ear. So yeah, that was one of the first ones. A lot of them were like this. Like, let's see, here we go. Spark and Flame. Just very crunchy. Okay, this one has some drums. The recorder I had a little drum machine on it. Okay, so let me pause that for a second. If you can pick it out, I know I can because I recorded this, but there's the crunchy low that thing. There's that going on. Then there's also like another guitar going on where it's making these dun, 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 like that kind of sound. And then I believe there's another guitar that comes in here that's actually a lead. Let's listen for it. That's 3 guitars there. Yeah, my lead work was not where it should have been. Not as good as it should have been, I don't think. There's a couple of licks that I liked. But that was pretty good. It's going crazy here. Kick it back. See, I was just trying to get that harmonic, that squeal harmonic. I just couldn't get it. I'm just really bending on that thing. Hard cut on the out. Right there. Let's okay, there's a couple of songs here that are a little bit slower. Not so much crunchy and hard as those were, but this song here was one of my, out of all of these songs, this one got the most plays. And I got the most comments on it, and people really liked it. I don't really know why. Well, let's play and see if I can remember while we're playing it. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. All right. Well, okay. Yeah, I definitely see why that was probably one of the most liked songs, because that's probably one of the better ones. That one, I feel like I hear a lot of emotion in that. I named it Sorrow of Tomorrow, I guess because I thought that sounded cool. But yeah, it definitely sounds like there's, some depression or something going on in that song where, there's some sadness. That's the first time I've listened to that song all the way through in years. I can't even remember the last time I listened to that song. But this song is also a little bit of a not a slow song, but not a hit you over the head with like a crunchy metal guitar like I was playing. This one is called Smooth Blue Funk, and it's about a minute and a half. Also, multiple guitars on this one again, so. Yeah, so that one I've listened to that one a lot. That's probably one of my favorite ones to listen to out of all these old songs. So maybe over the years I probably listen to that maybe every once a year probably. I'll check that out. I'll hit up the old Jerrad Suarez Reverb Nation, where all these tracks can be2 and more if you look. We have, let's see. I've got, 2 more songs that I have, that I grabbed while I was waiting during the theme song, and I decided I would talk about this. All of these songs so far have been just me fucking around and trying to experiment with what I can get a guitar to sound like, and you can notice, if you notice that in a couple of them, I'm doing a lot of the same thing at this, over and over again, trying to recreate different sounds. Like with that squeal harmonic that I played in that one, the one that I called, what was that? Spark and Flame, I think. That one, it was, I was trying to recreate that squeal harmonic as much as I could, and I just couldn't get it out. This song that I'm pulling up right now was a song that I hated playing, and I still hate listening to it. Not because there's anything wrong with the person that I wrote it for. I still know this person. They're good. They're good people. And well, the problem with it is that ever since I started playing the guitar, girls would always ask me to write them a song, especially if I was dating this girl, or if I was with a girl, they wanted a song from me, and I didn't like that. I was like, that's not how I write songs. I don't write songs because somebody wants me to write a fucking song. That's not how I do it. If I'm going to write a song, it's because I want to write a song. And, as pretentious as that may be, every time that I tried to write a song for a girl, I wound up fucking hating it. And this is one of those songs This is a song for a girl that I was dating at the time, that I was living at my grandmother's, and she put up with, some shit, having to, come over to my grandmother's house to see me and that kind of fucking bullshit. How much of a loser kind of shit is that? Going over to this guy's house who was living with his grandmother. But yep, that's what the deal is, and this is that song that I wrote for her. I still, god damn it, I hate listening to this fucking song, man. I'll turn it up a little bit. Man, I'm gonna cut the mic so you can listen to it, and I'm not, just all over this fucking song. So here it is. So I had to turn the mic on because that just made me laugh, and I thought I was going to capture it. Didn't capture it. Finish the song here. Okay, so that's the equivalent of the song about nothing in my college years. God, it was so terrible. Man, I even fucked up playing the song, and I was like, no, that's part of it, I remember I would have this person over to the house, and she would be sitting on my bed and say, play me my song. I was like, fuck. And every time I would play it, I would just be playing it with the thought, I don't give a fuck. I hate this fucking song. This song sucks. I don't fucking care what this song sounds like. I hope you like this song. You're driving me crazy with this fucking shit. I would think that over and over while I was playing the song. And it was it would sound pretty much just like that. Fucked up chords, and I'm playing things that I have no idea what I want it to sound like next, and maybe my finger would go good on that fret with that string. It was terrible. But this song, the final song that I'm going to play for you tonight, and I appreciate everybody listening to the Jerrad Show tonight, listening to all of these songs. If you enjoyed it, give this thing a thumbs up. Maybe share it on a Facebook or a Twitter. That would be nice of you. This final song is called Chainwreck, and I'm pretty sure that it is one of those songs that is really loud. It's one of the songs that's it's loud and it's in your face and it just jumps out of the gate really loud. So I believe, let's see, this might be one of the songs that I played already. I think. I don't know. Let's see. Nope. This kind of has an Ozzy Osbourne kind of Get it? Kind of has like a Aussie feel to it. Fucked up there tonight. I love listening to these old things and just pointing out all the fuck ups. Yeah, so that was what I called chain wreck. Like a train wreck, but this one's chains. I don't know why I named any of these things like this, but I did, and there you go. You listen to them, so you're complicit in me creating music. Thank you, and you're also complicit in listening to another episode of the Jerrad Show. That's right. I'm just gonna cut it here. Tomorrow is the last show that I'm doing before it goes live. Maybe I have some special surprises lined up. Maybe I'm just lying to you like most times, but maybe, just maybe, there's a special guest coming in tomorrow. No, there's no guest coming in. Unless there was somebody that came in tomorrow, then I'd be like, whoa, that's crazy. There's somebody coming in. And there's somebody on the show that's never been on the show before. People are going to really love listening to this one. Or maybe it's just another, episode of the Jerrad Show. You find out. Tune in tomorrow. It's the last episode before I go live on Monday. So, if you liked listening to this episode or any episode of the Jerrad Show, give it a thumbs up on the YouTubes and the Facebooks. Give it a little heart cute thing on Twitter. Go to JerradShow.com to listen to all the podcasts that I do. There's probably like somewhere close to 50 episodes up now. And yeah, that's basically it. Thanks for tuning in to another episode. I appreciate you guys being here. Have a good night and good day or whatever, whenever you listen to this. I'm done, people. Have a good night.